Hello everyone, welcome to the England Hockey League preview podcast for Week 8. I'm Andy Day, your host. Later on, we hear from Loughborough Students players Jess Dyson and Ellie Reid. As temperatures cool, the England Hockey Premier Divisions are set to warm us all up for the next 3 weeks before the season break. To start us off, as ever, here are the Women's Premier Division fixtures for Saturday, the 9th of November. At midday, University of Nottingham play Reading. At 1:45, Wimbledon play Clifton Robinsons. It's 2:30 for Hampstead and Westminster Sutton Coldfield. 2 matches at 4 o'clock, East Grinstead University of Birmingham and Holcombe Loughborough Students. And 4:30 for Bowdon Surbiton. Ahead of the rundown, confirmation that both Reading and Hampstead and Westminster have qualified for the top 6 once the season splits in the new year, leaving 4 spots to play for in the remaining 3 games. There's a battle towards the bottom of the table as Loughborough Students travel to Holcombe. Loughborough have been seeking a second win since a win at Sutton Coldfield early in October. Holcombe are winless since the week before that. There are still plenty of points to play for, and the players are ready to put in a shift to earn as many as they can. Goals haven't been easy to come by for Holcombe. They're flowing for Loughborough. Who will come out on top? Sutton Coldfield's season continues with a trip to the division's form team, Hampstead and Westminster. Whilst drawing 1 and losing the rest of their 8 games, results have shown improvement for Sutton Coldfield. This is the first ever meeting in the Premier Division. Hampstead and Westminster are averaging nearly 3 goals a game. Sutton Coldfield are averaging less than 1. But that's just stats. Anything can happen on a match day. That's why we love the game. Third placed East Grinstead host 5th placed University of Birmingham, where either team could take a stride towards top 6 qualification with a result on Saturday. Both of the teams have 2 wins in their last 5, but University of Birmingham are 3 games without a win, and East Grinstead coming to this game after a draw against Loughborough Students last weekend. These matches in recent years have been very competitive, and it's my pick of the matches in the Women's Premier Division. Don't forget, East Grinstead have back-to-back men's and women's fixtures this Saturday. Similarly, it's a double-header day at Bowdon, with both women and men's teams meeting their Surbiton counterparts. Bowdon are in 7th and have scored and conceded 13 so far this season. Surbiton have posted back-to-back wins for only the 2nd time this season, with their away win at Holcombe last week. Recent meetings have gone the way of Surbiton, however, Bowdon will be keen to win this fixture for the first time since February 2013. This fixture should spark. Clifton Robinsons have been gaining points in the last couple of rounds after a tricky start to the season. They sit in 9th. They travel to Wimbledon, who start the weekend in 6th with 10 points, but interestingly have only scored 9 goals this season. Clifton Robinsons have won once against Wimbledon. That was back in 2020. Recent meetings have been close. Expect similar this weekend. Finally, the unbeaten league leaders Reading head to University of Nottingham. There have been plenty of goals in recent University of Nottingham fixtures. However, from their perspective, not all of them have been scored in the right goal. Reading could be leapfrogged by Hampstead and Westminster if they don't get a result. So this one is a good test of Reading's resolve and own goal-scoring power. This game looks great. Staying with the University of Nottingham and goals, Maddie Axford is still top of the scoring table with 8. Turning to keeping goals out, 3 keepers are on 3 clean sheets. Reading's Nikki Cochran, Hampstead and Westminster's Miriam Pritchard, and Mila Welch of East Grinstead. And now a rundown of the men's Premier fixtures. Firstly, Thursday the 7th at 8 p.m, Surbiton, Wimbledon. And now Saturday's fixtures. At 3:45, Wimbledon, Cardiff and Met. 6 p.m. for East Grinstead, Beeston. 6 p.m. also for Hampstead and Westminster, Old Georgians. Also 6 for Southgate, Richmond. And 6:30 for Bowdon, Surbiton. And Holcombe, Oxford. We start with the catch-up fixture for Surbiton and Wimbledon, which is scheduled for 8 p.m. Thursday night, under the lights at Sugden Road. This originally was scheduled for the 5th of October, however both teams were in qualifying action for the EHL. Ultimately, Surbiton beat Wimbledon 3-2 to secure passage to the Easter EHL Final 8. Both teams have shared the goals around in the league, with 11 different scorers for Surbiton and 12 for Wimbledon. Both of these teams are in action again on Saturday. Surbiton are confirmed as playing in the top 6 after the season split after last week's 3-2 win over Southgate. Wimbledon coming to the match after coming from behind twice to win 3-2 at Beeston, with a penalty stroke timed at 11 seconds before the end, the winning goal. Both teams are in rich form. This looks like a great night game to watch. Surbiton travel to Bowdon on Saturday for a fixture that hasn't been played since 2011-2012. Bowdon are yet to win this season and are the first team to be confirmed playing in the lower 6 after the season split. Historically, Bowdon did the double over Surbiton in their first ever meeting. However, it's been all Surbiton since then. Wimbledon's second game of the round is Saturday's home game against 8th placed Cardiff and Met. They've only met once before in the Premier Division. November 2023's game finished Cardiff 3, Wimbledon 4. Cardiff do have 2 wins in their last 5, and we know they travel well. One to keep an eye on. 4 more fixtures on Saturday. Hampstead and Westminster versus Old Georgians. Old Georgians are still 100% and scoring heavily. Hampstead and Westminster, though, have 4 wins in 5 and were the only team to take points off Old Georgians in 2022-23, but that draw was now 2 seasons ago. Both teams are flying. This has all the hallmarks of a classic fixture. 9th placed East Grinstead have lost 4 of the last 5, and visitors Beeston in 7th have been playing well but are now without a win since week 3. On paper, this is a match between 2 teams out of form, but I'm certain that it'll be full of skill and with no shortage of goals. Their last 2 meetings averaged 9 goals a game. Southgate host Richmond, 10th, plays 11th. Both sides have 1 win in their last 5 and are both searching for their second win of the season. It's been a few years since their last meeting, which was in Conference East in 2018-19. Richmond taking 4 points from the available 6. Both sides' defences haven't been secure this season, so which side's attackers will be able to make the most of this fixture? Finally, Holcombe versus Oxted. Holcombe, who have 3 wins on the bounce coming into this game, meet an Oxted side in 6th, who have been picking up points regularly this season, and coming to this game after their joint biggest win of the season, 4-1 against Bowdon. Teague Marcano is in double figures for Holcombe after 8 games. Oxted's top scorers, Peter Jarvis and Owen Williamson, on 4 each, together have scored over a third of Oxted's goals this season. This match tends to be close, looking at the history books. Will it be as tight this weekend? Sam Ward is now 5 clear in the men's top goalscorer table as he moves on to 17 for the season, with the addition of another 5 scored against East Grinstead. Don't forget to visit England Hockey's socials for full listings of games and details of where games are being streamed. It's interview time now, and we meet Jess Dyson, who's the forward and co-captain, and Alan Reid, a defender, both from Loughborough students. Before we get into the questions about the team, how did you both get into hockey? A little bit about yourselves. We'll start with Alan first.
So I come from Ireland and quite a big hockey town. So I'm from Banbridge, which is quite well known in the club world. We've hosted the EHL. Our men's side are very, very good. And I'm the youngest in my family. Both my brothers played, and I just kind of naturally ended up going into it when I was 8, playing for Banbridge Hockey Club on a Saturday, and loved the sport as soon as I got into it. So yeah.
I started playing when I was about, I want to say 5, or as soon as a hockey stick could be put into my hands. My family all played hockey growing up. My family run a hockey club currently in Harrow near London. So that's kind of how I got into it, and I've just played ever since.
And looking at Loughborough's season so far, in the last couple of matches there have been quite a few really close games, but still without a win since the 5th of October against Sutton Coldfield. Everyone's still positive at Loughborough students.
Yes, I would definitely say so. I think reviewing on all of the close call games, like there's a lot of positives that we can take out of them and that we're trying to build on and hopefully push towards that next win ultimately. It hasn't been easy, but I do still think we are all very positive, very happy to be playing with one another, and yeah, hopefully that will carry forward.
And Ellen, with 3 matches to play before the season break and 9 points to play for, there's still a possibility of qualifying for the top 6. Is that something you're hoping for?
Yeah, obviously it'd be pretty cool to get in the top 6. I've been here for 4 years now, and we've never managed to do that. I think we keep saying, like, we're at the end of a cycle now, but we haven't really proved that we've got to the end of the cycle. Obviously, we've had a couple of close matches against Surbiton. We've never come that close to getting points off them. And with East Grinstead, we've never taken a point off them since I've been here. So yeah, it would be nice to get the 9 points from the next 3 games. And especially if we keep playing the way we are playing, I don't see any reason why we can't.
Those 3 upcoming fixtures, it's a trip to Holcombe, then a trip to University of Birmingham, and then the final one is a home game against Bowden. Holcombe's an interesting one. How are you approaching that any differently this weekend?
I wouldn't say so. I think we're trying to go into every game with the same mindset, is that we want to win. I think especially after, like we've said, the close result against Surbiton, like we know that we can turn up and play some really good hockey against no matter like what team it was. I just know that we want to get our goal difference up this weekend, hopefully, and definitely come away with 3 points.
I had noticed in the table you've been scoring plenty of goals, but unfortunately you've been letting more in. Is that something you've been working on in training?
Every season until now, we've been very, very good in structure, and we're now very good in transition. And we just like want to go constantly. And like we want to score constantly, and that's sometimes then leaving us quite vulnerable. I would say we back our PCD a lot. We definitely will wear the ball as opposed to let it go in the net. So yeah, I think probably we've conceded because we love to just go.
Does that encompass the spirit you've got as a team, that you're all so relentless and ready to do anything for the team?
I would say so, yeah. I think relentless is a good word to describe us. I think we would do anything for each other, and that's what kind of makes it special, playing with one another. And yeah, I guess we do just like to go. And sometimes it's a good thing, actually. But at the moment, yeah, I think we need to take a step back and slow down a little bit.
As a team, what are your favourite away days? Which ones do you look forward to the most?
See, I would personally say Surbiton. I think I was really up for it. I mean, Surbiton was my old club, so that was a great away day, I think. But this year we travelled in cars, not buses, which I don't know if that made a difference. But Ellen, I don't know what you think about.
Yeah, I mean, definitely the bus is fun. I think my favourite away day is the Wimbledon one, because we make the freshers on the way home dress as tennis balls, and then we all dress as like the tennis players. And yeah, I think that's probably my favourite. I can't really think what else is my favorite. I think definitely Wimbledon's my favourite away day.
Jess Dyson and Ellen Reid, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's it. You're all set for the matches ahead. I've been your host, Andy Day. Join me again next week for your essential quick guide to the upcoming fixtures.